Hey everybody, Rob Satcham. I'm here, Feedback Wrench. We do websites and ads for contractors, small businesses, accountants, if you need that. But I'm here with Mike from Ziegler. We're in the Twin Cities here. We're at Northern Green Expo.
Yes, sir.
And we're all about trying to help people make more money in their business, trying to help people be more productive, have better uptime, better profitability, more scalability. Mike, we got a new machine here.
We do.
I also love tractors. So in the comments here, if you could choose one of this front end loader style here, if you could choose one, either this or who else makes these?
Oh, you got your Komatsu's cases, Bobcats, all that.
If you could choose one, they're all the same price. Which one are you choosing? If you could choose to buy from one place and it was all the same price, who are you buying from? And I would just contend, of course it's going to be a Cat, and of course it's going to be Ziegler. But Mike, walk us through what we got going here, features, what are people doing?
So this is going to be the next generation of wheel loaders. Specifically, this is a 908 High Lift, which is a brand new model that Cat just released. This is actually one of Caterpillar's units that they're borrowing to us for this show. So the High Lift unit is going to get you up to 12 foot 8 inches at that bucket pin for your dump height. So you're going to gain about an extra 1.5 feet to get on the ag market for stacking bales, or on the general line side of things, if you're dumping into a truck that's a little bit taller dump truck, that extra 1.5 feet really makes a big difference.
That's cool. That's cool. So who is it? What are the main areas that people end up investing in? So you said agriculture.
Ag's a big one. On the standard 908, not necessarily the High Lift, we're going to be looking at a lot of snow pushers, different things like that. And then it's just kind of your general workhorse. Specifically, the 908 size and down maintains that skid steer front plate. So all of my skid steer attachments can be used on that machine.
No kidding. So this is a front end loader.
Yep.
That anything that you're buying. So Tyler, I think, was talking about this kind of the parts ubiquitous, trying to have parts that work interchangeably. This isn't exactly in that vein, but here, so if you're sitting on a skid steer, this might be a great option for you to start getting bigger contracts and snow.
Or for your snow pushers that are just growing a little bit more, if they want to step up into the next size, a 908, you can still put your skid steer plow on that and keep going and start increasing your business capacity real easily.
It's interesting. One of the things that we do, in fact, there's a guy over there, Trevor Hall at passagewayfinancial.com. Passagewayfinancial.com. What Trevor does is he's a CPA and he helps landscaping contractors manage their books in a way that they can continue to increase their surety bonding and increase their ability to do more public works or to do bigger things, right? And so when you get bigger surety bonding, then you can come in and do bigger jobs. So if you're killing it with a skid steer doing the small stuff, and all of a sudden it's time for you to start doing some more work, this could be a common sense kind of complementary machine, then it sounds like, to a skid steer fleet that you might have type of deal.
Absolutely.
Walk us through some of the, do a walk around.
Sure thing.
Catch us up.
So this machine is going to be completely filled with some new features. One of the first things you're going to notice is that windshield. You're going to be looking at a single piece of curved glass, 60% more visibility than our old 3-piece style glass system. The other thing you're going to be looking at is a bunch of new features, stuff like rim pull, which is basically going to be your wheel loader traction control. For you snow pushers out there, every time those tires are spinning, you're putting money on the concrete and burning up rubber. This is going to save you money on that. It's going to take and pull back those tires a little bit, but keep your force at the front end so you can lift that pile, stack it up and over, and keep pushing.
So it's almost like a traction control.
Very
so you're not.
so. Yeah.
Well, I just watched Stanley Dirt Monkey. He was doing a thing. He's like, hey, look at this, and his skid steer was spinning all over the place doing snow. This is trying to address that issue and get better at that. That's cool. That's cool.
Absolutely. You're also going to be looking at larger fuel tanks, better fuel capacity, longer time between service intervals. So all that's money savings right there. The other cool new thing on this is going to be a lot of operator functionality, stuff like programmable knockouts. Now, for all you doing mulch or pushing dirt piles, loading into that same pile, dumping into a truck each time over and over again, what I can do is I can set this bucket 1 inch off the ground and I can hit one of my programmable knockouts. I can do the same thing on the top end. So that way, when I go to push into that pile, I hit that one button, it returns me to 1 inch off the ground, and I'm not scraping my cutting edge anymore.
So we were just talking about this. So what that can do is your more advanced guys that have been operating a machine for a long time, now you can keep them more comfortable more often and they can enjoy their job. But then also in this labor crunch, you have newer people, your training hours are lower.
Absolutely.
Your requirements to put more and more hours on to get good at your tool might make it a little bit more simple. It's
Absolutely.
like a jig when you're building stuff.
That gap is going to start closing really quick when you're training in your new operators. It's going to be a lot easier for them to
So
catch
what were those
on.
called? What was it?
Knockouts, programmable knockouts.
Okay,
Yep,
so you can get in there and you can kind of set it to that.
Yeah.
It's like.
And you can do that at any height you want, so any application that you want. So let's say on the ag application, if I was stacking bales and I'm on my second row, I could program my second knockout to be on that second row. And then I hit it every single time.
Now you can start your own YouTube channel instead of focusing on what you do.
And you had also talked about some operator comfort. Operator comfort, we now have the joysticks are mounted with the seats. So previously, you're loading anything and you're going over bumps and your joysticks are separate. Now, they're going with you, so you're not moving your sticks on accident when you're going over bumps.
And that's the comment that I've always heard is that Ziegler and Cat, so again, I'm totally biased, but that Cat is truly a group of engineers trying to find ways to genuinely advance so that this machine is absolutely better. That's such a small detail.
And another one, in this machine, they listen to the customers and they put in underhood lighting. You break down at night and you need to do a filter blowout, anything like that, we've already got lighting under your hood. Simple.
Cool. Those are simple
Little fix.
What other features do we see in here that is helping people be more productive, make more money? What are some interesting things?
You're going to be looking at higher ground speed. So, if you're running across the yard or if you're doing any road work, jumping between job sites, a lot higher ground speed on these, so you can get there a little bit quicker. You're going to have 57% larger mirrors, so you have a little bit better sight lines around the sides. And then when you go in reverse, we do also still have that standard backup camera, so you can see everything behind you. Really, lots of open sight lines throughout the entire machine.
Now, are there some like technology things in terms of like just high tech that folks, like what are some things that maybe folks don't often think about when they look at a machine like this, whether it's GPS or any, like what are some things that noobs like me might not know?
One great example would be our loading functions. So we can actually put pressure sensors in the hydraulic cylinders. And so that way when I'm loading, I can weigh how much I've got in my bucket each load. Wow. So if I know that my truck holds X amount of tonnage, I can hit that on the nose. So that way I'm not getting tagged by DOT for overloading, but I'm also not making extra runs for underloading.
And,
so you're
is
saving
that
a lot
pretty
of money.
standard on most stuff, or is that a feature that you got to be intentional when you're ordering this?
It depends on the machine.
Okay, and do most of your competitors have a tit for tat on that, or is it like
similar? There are other products out there that are similar. I don't have any off the top of my head.
When you start stacking
we're getting
it in
there.
value.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. What else does it? So
one of the other cool things with our wheel loader specifically is we have electric over hydraulic controls, and then we also have hydraulic controls that will maintain parallel lift better than anybody in the industry. We are now at 2% parallel lift.
Interesting.
So as I'm going up, die load is only going to move 2%. Most people are going about 5% right now.
So you have less spilling, more efficiency, more accuracy, cleaner workspace, less screwing around, less sweeping around and everything.
Another new one, you'll notice that the buckets have changed a little bit. They're curved right here. Another simple design, when you're heaping your load up, that's going to keep your material from sliding out the edges and hold a little bit more in there.
Oh, interesting.
So each load you're taking just a little bit more and little bit more, and over the course of how many years, that adds up.
That's cool. That's cool. So now, if anybody's thinking about getting involved with something like this, how do you get started with working with Ziegler? Like a lot of times you might be small, you might be doing some skid steer stuff, but now you can take everything that's been working on your skid steer, your implements, your attachments and stuff, and you can bring it here. You might be able to get a little bit bigger job out there. You're carrying a little bit more dirt, or maybe you get into a snow contract during the winter. So this could be a very common sense thing.
Absolutely.
For if you've been doing stuff during the spring, during the summer, and you need something to do during the winter, this could be a turnkey type of solution.
Absolutely.
How do they get started with Ziegler? How do you get in touch with a salesman and whatnot?
It's real easy. We've got branches all over Minnesota, all over Iowa. Stop in and talk to us. You can also call us, go online. We're pretty much everywhere. We manage our social channels if you prefer to reach out that way. And we're more than willing to talk with you. We want to help you out. We want to talk with you. Come on in and say hi.
And your challenge, I always think it's cool. Ziegler's challenge is really to make sure that the salesman is like a consultant that comes in and tries to make you at least understand, if you were them, what choice would you encourage them to make? And of course, it's going to be to do business with you. However, They're like a consultant to try and be your best employee. And then on the other side, folks, you don't have to have an in-house repair person. You don't have to have your own fabrication. You don't have to have as many in-house folks trying to fix your stuff. Ziegler Repair and Parts and Service.
And field service.
It's not the cheapest in the world, but they will never be, they just deliver results. And sure, there's always ups and downs in all service, but the parts availability is a big deal. You're not going to wait as much as some of these other guys, and then you can outsource. You don't have to do it yourself, which I think is a huge value prop.
Absolutely.
So, any other things we haven't brought up that be interesting to hear?
I think we covered most of it.
Cool. Mike, appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem.
Absolutely. Good luck, guys. Like and subscribe. You got any questions or a piece of machinery you'd like to hear from the yellow Kool-Aid drinking group here? I'd love to. We'll ask them again. We'll come back and find out. So leave some comments in the description, or leave comments in the video. Good luck. God bless. Appreciate it.